Bye.
Taking it from the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tippy. Oh, my programs. Hey, yeah. So I told you I was going to start out with a fucking rap beginning.
Yeah. I thought you were going to start singing Shoop or something.
No, that was Method Man, Red Man.
Oh, there you
How
go.
a High Part 1. Anyways, we get that shit out of the way. Greetings, programs. Get your ass in here. Welcome to another week of welfare podcasting we call the Geeks From Apt 2 podcast. We are recording from Apartment 2 Studio, somewhere deep in the heart of Rock City, New York. I am Alan One, and we are so glad that you are here today. And I am the geek with the voice, the big girl's choice, the one that keeps their panties so fucking moist.
Damn.
At least not, these usually, but not these days. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. As always, sitting across from me is co-host of the show. Get that shit out. It's Brother C. What's going on, man?
It's me. It's Brother C. Fresh to death. I'm feeling good, man. Well, okay, let me not lie. I'm feeling alright. I'm alive. I can't complain. Bear shits in the woods, doesn't get shot, lives to shit another day. That's where I sit.
Alright, that was Barnyard fucking... that was Barnyard advice from Brother C. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're good.
Let's get some BI out the way. Of course, we're on YouTube, so like, share, and subscribe. Finger pop that bell to be notified of all new episodes once they come out. Whenever I feel like bringing them out at this point, usually. You can also check me out on email at luckymerciless1@gmail.com. And of course, we are on Twitter at Geeks From Apartment 2. Now, before this show gets completely fucking dark and out of hand, because I feel it's going to today for some reason, I'm in a fucking mood. Let's start out with some good news.
Good news.
I preface this by saying that I asked this particular person if I could talk about it on this episode before I do. Right. So our good friend, the spiritual fourth member of this table,
yes,
Token Joel, him and his wife introduced their firstborn not that long ago. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations, Token J. You are a hero, albeit a minor hero.
A winner is ye.
Yes, a winner is ye.
Yeah. Now, he's completely Irish. His wife is black, so I can only imagine what this kid's gonna look like growing up.
You have okay.
Because I assume he's gonna look like Michelle Wolf. Because I was like, I don't know if she's white or if she's mixed. She could be both.
I mean,
she could be either or.
It really depends on who has the dominant traits. Because have you ever looked up black gingers on Google? Just Google search it.
No.
They run the gamut of being pretty light with red hair, being pretty dark with red hair, being white with black curly hair.
Yeah.
And so it's you can get a pretty varied mix.
I want to see if I can't find a stock picture of a black ginger and put that up.
You'll be able to find a bunch of them.
Oh, we'll probably find one up.
Oh, yeah.
One up the black gingers.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
they freckles put on the face with a shotgun. Some of them.
Yeah. So now that's out the way, let's get this fucking shit carnival on the fucking road.
All right, let's go.
Do you want to start? You want to set it off?
I'll set it off because I think I'll probably be a little bit more even tempered than ye. Pretty much, I did jack all this week. Really, spent a good time not finishing Solo, the Star Wars movie in Spanish. Yeah, just a fun little experiment to do in the old household. I did read a bunch of stuff. I am reading Monstrous. I believe I talked about it.
Yeah, you talked about it last week.
I'm continuing it. It's weird. I might drop it, and it's not because of the, girls are doing it. It's a story that it's like, Saga does it better. I'm gonna stick with Saga.
Yeah, I saw volume 3 of that book you were talking about on the spot that I get pirated shit from.
Yeah, it's an okay story, but it's kind of just like I said, Saga does it for me. It does it better, and I enjoy space hijinks more so than fantasy whirlwind fuckery.
Well, try Shark the Bounty Hunter.
I'll try that.
Try that one.
I'll try that one.
Especially since it's coming out on Netflix at some point.
Speaking of Netflix, tomorrow I'll probably have my binge robe on and my oxygen mask going.
Oh, so you're gonna look like you're gonna look like the quote unquote bad guy in Lolita? The one that steals Lolita away from Humpert?
No. I know who you're talking about.
I know you know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure some of these programs out here who's read that book
none of the programs out here read.
What?
Stop giving them too much damn credit.
Get the fuck out of here.
They read memes and Reddit posts.
I hold hope in humanity that at least some of them.
You hold a candle. I
know at least a few people who listen to this show who read. Does that mean everybody that listens to the show reads? No.
I'll say this. The people who read that also listen to the show, the very few of y'all are the minority and a pleasant one to have as listeners.
Absolutely.
Thank you. But let's be real. The majority of people...
We appreciate everyone who listens to the show. You don't necessarily have to read. But if you do, that's cool.
Yes.
If you are a fluffy white girl, that's even better.
Yes.
And you definitely need to holler at me.
Those big boys?
Yeah. Here. I ain't got enough to be giving you a whole bunch of them, but you can have one.
Thank you. You are, you know what? I'm air clapping for you. With no hands, just my balls. Enjoy that. But tomorrow, Black Mirror comes out, right?
Oh, yeah. All right.
So that's...
you're going to be watching all of those. Huh? I'm sure you're going to have something to talk about for next week.
Yes, I will.
Right. I didn't even know that was coming out.
Yes, it is. You should check out the trailer.
I've seen the trailer.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I think you showed me the trailer. And I've seen the posters.
I didn't even know there were posters.
Yeah, there's posters for that.
Oh, yeah.
There's the best one is the one with Miley.
Of course.
It looks like she looks like a Barbie doll in it.
Yeah, it kind of like... I'm not sure if you remember the episode like in season 1 when they were on like that America's Got Talent thing.
Yes.
It rings of that, but on an even bigger scale. Like it's weird TikTok shit.
Isn't that the one with So I was gonna say John Boyega, but that's wrong.
No.
The guy that was in Get Out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He does the dance program.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. So yeah, that's my highlight that I'm looking forward to. I've been trying to start pooling my resources for my summer of, and we're doing summer of Seagal. We're going from thin, flexible Seagal to cup and saucer, shoot bangy, fat Seagal.
So you're going from Out for Justice.
Yeah. To Out for Lunch. Letterboxd 3000 edition.
Yeah.
If anybody remembers Steven Seagal's Letterboxd 3000, I got $1 and a stamp. It's your name on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Incentive programs. We got the big things going. Wait till we start giving away Amazon gift cards with like pre-spent.
Oh yeah. Well, I got those already. You want to use fucking WWE Network gift cards? You want to use the Amazon gift cards or use what's the other one? What's the other ones I have?
PlayStation Store cards.
PlayStation Store cards.
They're all this plastic for you to swag with.
Debit cards that don't work anymore that have no money on them or are in the negatives. We can give those to you if you like, I guess. You want monthly bus passes for if you don't live in this fucking city that you just stare at and be like, well, I don't know how I'm going to be able to use this. Sure.
Well, you know what was funny about that slight digression is that if you have like one of them old bus passes and the data's faded enough, when you put it in the thing and it goes, you just show them the card and just walk on the bus because they'll flag you on because you're holding up the line. That's a travel hack for all you Rochesterians out there.
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but one thing before I pass it off to you.
Sure.
Because like I said, I play games, the same games I've been playing, and not really looking forward much to anything. But the free game of the month, one that you 100% won't care about because it's like the Borderlands Handsome Jack collection, and fuck all if you're gonna sit there and play that. Even though it is a fun shooter and it's free and it's 3 games in one, so.
Okay, I tried playing Borderlands, I don't care for it.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Other one that you might get some fun out of, Sonic Mania. If you were ever a fan of like Sonic the Hedgehog's 1 through 3, pretty much this is a game that like tells a weird story, mashing all the concepts from all of them. So I only got to like the 3rd stage so far, but you start off, you pick whoever the hell you want, and you start off on green greens. And these robots have the Chaos Emerald, and it teleports you back to Sonic 1, but you have all your like new shit that he can do. So you can spin dash, you can get the bubbles and all that other stuff. And it has all the mini games from each individual game. So the one where you're doing the half pipe, the one where you're just, running around getting the blue balls, and a couple of new ones. So that's an interesting mix. I mean, it came out a few years ago. It's like I said, if you're a fan of Sonic, you'll remember more of it playing the game than you would if you went back to like the classics and try to play it that way. Because fuck that. Most collections don't have all of them anyway, so it's interesting. It's fun. It's free. So of all the free games they put out, they're usually bullshit. This one is actually not bullshit.
No, I'm gonna challenge you on that. Sony, step your fucking free games of the month up. They give us bullshit for the most part.
I wish I knew what Xbox was giving away, because their stuff, they don't even have a library. They don't have a library of shit. They're gonna start giving you Xbox like original games, and you probably already have them.
That's what Sony should do the same thing.
Fine. Give me PlayStation 1 games.
So yeah, you know what? I want PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. I'll do some fucking revisits. Yeah, it's 3 games in a month. I wouldn't care if they gave away fucking Kane and Lynch Part 2 again.
There are too many.
I'd be like, alright, I'll play that.
There are too many of the old games that are hot trash. You would be mad. You are dismissive of the free games of the month because they're just not interesting.
Because most of them are indie bullshit.
But they're not bad.
They're indie bullshit games.
Well, you don't have to be
that that cost like $5 any other fucking time, $5 to $10. And I'm like, I'm not gonna play this bullshit anyways. Give me some old games I haven't played in a while. Give me games that's been out for like, especially at this point in this stage of PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
Give me games that came out like when it first came out. Yeah. At this point, I don't care if it's the Order 1886 again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play that again.
No, I
know.
Don't.
Yeah, I would.
I'd play that again.
Yeah. Why not? It's free. I'll revisit. Sometimes I just like revisiting games like Bulletstorm. Didn't finish it, but it was cool. If I touched it, it was like, wow, time has really not been kind to Bulletstorm.
You touched it.
Yes, I touched it.
For a minute.
I touched it, yes. With my hands. With both hands. With both hands.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Anyway. That was my shill segment. Bear shills for honey.
Let's stick with fucking Sony for a second. You see that they're doing the Days of Deals.
Days of Deals. I saw
the flash sale. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't see what was on it.
Now, there are some games on there that I was like, for the price. Maybe I would get if I had the money.
Like what?
If I didn't play God of War, that's $20 right now. So is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is $20 right now.
The Insomniac one?
Yeah. The one that just came out.
Really?
That's $20. The Last of Us, the entire saga, $10.
Nice.
And I was like, that might be a nice revisit. For $10, The Last of Us for $10. But yeah.
And
I'm saying that anybody out there, any program out there that does have a PlayStation 4, and you have not played Last of Us, now's the time to get it.
Finish the show and then get off your ass and play that game.
Yeah. As soon as the sale starts, what's today? Today's the 7th, right?
Today is the 5th.
Okay, so
4th.
Okay, so it starts from the 7th, I think, to like maybe the 17th, I think.
Okay.
So get your ass up and get these fucking deals. There's a lot of fucking good deals. Nice. You can get a fucking Slim for I think like $199 right now.
Alright.
A 1 terabyte PlayStation Pro, I think it's like $300.
That's good. That's a lot of fucking space.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Unlike my fucking PS4, where it's like I can only put 2 games on it at a fucking time because I don't have enough fucking space. So that every time you like a fucking new update of Call of Duty comes out, I gotta erase something off my shit. You wouldn't know I had any more games on my fucking PS4. You'd be like, all you really have is Black Ops 3 and 4. That is it. That is it right now.
Did you hear any more information before? Yet again, I said I was gonna pass to you, but you hear any more information on Modern Warfare?
All right, let's get into. Why don't you just pass the baton?
All right, baton goes to you.
Baton goes to me. Here's the bullshit I had time for this week. Yes, I did see the trailer for Modern Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
All it was what it usually is, and it's just cutscenes from the goddamn story mode, which I don't give a fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly anybody does. Now I know some people out there who buys it, who bought these games for the storyline, which is
they're weirdos.
Yeah, you're weirdos. It's like the people who still pay for porn. Like, what are you doing?
Even weirder.
You know, go on Pornhub like the rest of us degenerate fucks out here. You know, the storylines in Call of Duty is nothing more than practice for when it really counts, which is multiplayer.
But did you hear any of the multiplayer news?
I didn't.
Alright, so basically... okay, so... they're doing away with season passes.
And replacing them with what? Because there's always a catch. What's the catch?
You know what the catch is.
What is the catch?
You remember those COD points? COD
points. That's what they're doing now?
That's primarily doing that. So you don't have to pay for maps. Maps, all subsequent maps will be free, but everything else probably won't. So you like to play Dolly dress up with your soldier toys?
Okay, if it's just that, but if I got to pay for like new weapons,
see, I think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna do. Remember how they had like, season pass holders get this new iceberg demolition gun?
But you don't really.
Huh?
But you never did. Like every once in a while, they give you a free gun, and a lot of times it was for like zombies.
Yeah, but I mean, let's see. No, they had free guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was locked behind the loot system, so you have to get your COD points up so you can get the roulette. Yeah, and that's what they're good. That's what they're probably gonna do.
That is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid.
It is fucking dumb.
You have chess pieces, but guess what? You gotta roll the dice in order to see if you get a queen or a pawn.
And that's why Overwatch was, for the most part, the better shooter, because they never did that. Mm-mm. And Titanfall never did that either.
Nope. Every gun you got in Titanfall
was free.
All you had was customization.
And that was it. And that's cool if you're just doing microtransactions in that way, cosmetically. When it's, you gotta buy this weapon to have an advantage in a game, that's bullshit. That makes the game unfair.
It does.
And that's a lot of problems that I had with, say, something like a Call of Duty, was that... Where's the other one at?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's over here. Never mind.
I was going to say, it should be by your goddamn big-ass Frankenstein feet. Mm. But, yeah, there are times where, like, wait, I'm playing Call of Duty, and there's somebody with a fucking sword, a glowing sword, like She-Ra's sword, that kills you with one slice. And they're like, hey, wait a minute, that's bullshit. How come I don't have this? And that was when I was getting season passes. That's the part that pissed me off the most, is that, wait, I just paid an additional $60 for these maps. Mm-hmm. And that's all I'm really paying for is maps.
Remember when I was running around with the Smoking Joe Frazier's? those were like and like the ice pick and like those
Yeah, and then
swords and the
eventually they
crowbars.
gave those away, but that
Yeah.
wasn't the case in the beginning.
No,
You
it
had
never
to
was.
play Joker's Wild to get this motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that pissed me off.
It pisses me off the most because I don't even shoot bang in Call of Duty. I run around and punch people.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do I have to lucky roulette this game to get a knife, but I won't even be able to use it until I'm done playing the game. Level 50.
Oh, fuck out of here with this shit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Modern Warfare, to your point, that's what they're calling it. Modern Warfare, so they're going right back to the beginning. Comes out October 25th.
Have fun.
Chances are, I'll probably buy it.
Yeah.
I'm probably buy it. I don't buy much of anything else these days.
Nah.
Could have got the show. That's the other one.
I was surprised you didn't.
The show's $20 right now. Because of the days of deals. I got last year's.
Do you want the show?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Because
why the no? I can understand
no
the
because
yes.
When am I really gonna have time to sit here and play it? You know.
When you're unwinding down, getting used to seeing sunlight.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna sit. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't have to play you don't have to blow through seasons.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody else will buy it for me, I'm not gonna go out and get it myself.
Halvesies.
Not even halvesies.
Not even halvesies.
Not even.
Not even if it was 10. Made 10 for you. Okay.
You know what?
For $10, you'd go out and get Last of Us.
Exactly. I was just about to say, for $10, I just play Last of Us again.
Okay.
I'll go back through that story again. Because it's a great story, and I can't wait for part 2 whenever that drops. I have not seen anything. I have not seen a trailer for Death Stranding, and I probably don't want to. Just from what I've seen of this game, I'm not gonna get it. It's a Kojima game, so you're gonna get 20 minutes of gameplay and like 8 hours of fucking cutscenes.
No, even by looking at the gameplay, it's not your cup of tea.
I don't know who this game's for.
It's for people who like Kojima, and if you like Kojima, you already know what you're buying.
Yeah, I think it's for people who get hard every time they hear like, "Oh, Kojima's got a game coming out."
It's one of those things like, all right, so for a long time before I stopped playing my SRPGs, NIS and Atlas would always come out with crazy Japanese role-playing games, right? And I'd be like, yeah, hear that name, I'm going to buy it because it's always some off-the-wall bullshit that I enjoy. After a while, I was just like, nah, don't have a taste for it, but I do understand, like, when you see that name and you attach a experience to it and quality to it, then you kind of go to it. So anybody who played all of the Metal Gear Solid games and like enjoyed it, like DK, I can see him doing it.
I stopped at 3.
Yeah, I stopped at never. I never went through all of them.
Really?
Never.
Never played the first one? Name the first one I played with
one. Played one. That was it.
I stopped at 3. Actually, no. I played Snake Eater on the PSP.
You know, it's funny. I was the guy who lost that Prince versus Michael Jackson debate because while everybody was getting real hype over Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 and Snake Eater, I was like, yeah, man, Siphon Filter. Oh, yeah, Sam Fisher. I was that guy.
Yeah.
And that series went way up the dodo. And
it sure did.
And the thing was, the Splinter Cell games were good.
I was going to say, you're thinking of 2 different games.
No,
Sam Fisher is
Splinter
Cell. You said
Siphon Filter. I did. No, I was a Splinter Cell guy, and then that series just.
You know what's funny to me? I only played one of them.
Really? Oh yeah. The one that came out for what, Xbox?
Yeah. Because you were with me when I was at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this game's okay. I was never the biggest Splinter Cell fan, but I just saw it on sale, and it was like they just flipped the reset button on that particular one. I forget what it was called. So I was like, I'll just get this one.
Dark Briefcase, who knows?
I forget what the fuck one it was. The one that came out in like 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
Okay, so here's the bullshit I had time for this week. So other than seeing the Call of Duty trailer, Let's talk about more trailers for a second.
All right.
What other trailer did I see? I saw a trailer for The Kitchen.
I didn't see the trailer for that.
Okay, so for people out there who don't know, The Kitchen is based on a Vertigo comic and tells the story of three women. All three of them are have husbands who are in the mob. They all go to fucking jail, and basically now it's up to them to try to make money for themselves and their families. It's this year's version of Widows.
Yeah.
Right? So I read this book like
ages ago because I remember talking about it with you.
Years ago. And so I knew they're going to make a movie out of it, and at the end of it, I said, I can see this being a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So when they announced that this movie was coming out, I was excited till I saw the names attached to this movie.
Oh boy!
Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, and Elizabeth Moss. And only one of them made sense was Elizabeth Moss because she does dramatic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The other two, I was like, wait, why the hell are they in this movie for? Because they're not, especially Tiffany Haddish. I have not seen much that she's done outside of the recent Lego movie.
Yeah.
Right? And her appearance on SNL. That's all I've seen in this woman. Enough to know that she doesn't really do dramatic roles. Now, Melissa McCarthy, on the other hand, yes, she's known for comedy, but she has done dramatic shit in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was on Gilmore Girls for all those fucking seasons. And let me just say this. What a boring fucking show.
You watch that shit? Okay.
The things we do to
for love.
Yeah, for, to get some fucking panties to drop. You had to sit there and watch the most boring fucking drama in your fucking life just to see some double D's in your fucking face. You know what I mean?
All right.
So, I was very leery about this trailer when I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
However, after seeing this trailer, I was pleasantly surprised.
That's always a plus.
Especially with Melissa McCarthy, because it's her in a dramatic role.
Yeah, so she's not hamming it up.
She's not hamming it up. She's not falling all over the fucking place like she does in
every
movie she's been in.
Yeah.
It's just she plays a mob wife who, is trying to make some money so she goes against the mob.
Yeah.
So I was like,
all right.
Okay. I'll sit here and watch this. I'm actually looking forward to it. It comes out in August. August 8th, I think. So I am definitely looking forward to it. I know I saw another goddamn trailer for something. I don't remember what the fuck it is right now. So let's...
Rambo?
I saw that. I saw the trailer for Rambo.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, it has to be the last one, because...
No.
Is it Stallone like 80 fucking years old?
No, because what you're gonna have is Son of Rambo, where Apollo Creed mysteriously had a son who also served with Rambo, but he forgot him in the jungle. And he had to fight his way back to America. And now he's looking for John Rambo. He's looking for John Rambo for extra revenge because you left me to die.
I forgot fucking a whole bunch of gooks when I was in fucking Vietnam.
I forgot that you... I didn't see you in this cage.
I forgot I fucked all these slant eyes when I was in the bush.
Why didn't you scream for me? I was there. You didn't say a word, and I can't sift through all the shit and muck to find everybody. I'm sorry. But yeah,
I gotta fuck that fuck Baba side the rice patty.
But okay, you saw that. I saw that trailer. Quick thought on the trailer. Way to capitalize on Old Time Road. that country western smash hit. It seems to me like they're really, really like scraping the barrel where it's now like a home defense movie. Like he's back on his ranch and they're trying to pull me back in. And I said, no, now they're trying to kill me because I know things.
I know things. They're trying to kill me on my farm.
They're trying to kill me for this pho recipe.
Listen, while we're bullshitting, man, I did like the last Rambo movie.
I did too. It was dope, but let's.
I mean, but at the same time, he's up there with Schwarzenegger. Like, how many more Terminator movies do I need to fucking see at this point? That's why I didn't really care for the Dark Fate trailer. It was like, it's alright, I guess. But why is this Terminator old as fuck now? Old and need a hip replacement. Shouldn't you give him one in the first place? He's a fucking robot.
Because now they're de-aging everybody. So,
But you know what? They didn't de-age him. He looks old as fuck in this goddamn movie. Like, if I wanted a fucking Terminator, right? Let's keep it a beat.
Okay.
If I want a fucking Terminator, I don't want an old ass fucking Terminator. I don't want one that looks old. I want a young looking one.
You want,
yeah,
regular ass T-800.
Yeah, Terminator. I mean, if that's the case, if I had a choice between a fucking old man Terminator or just a skeleton, the exoskeleton, just give me the fucking exoskeleton.
I'm calling it now. They're gonna find a way to like give him super T-1000 powers, and he's going to morph into old Terminator for like 5 minutes.
I don't think that's what it is. I think it is. They just put.
They just throw him in there for star power.
Yeah, they just put old Schwarzenegger's skin on a fucking new Terminator, which is dumb.
And they're using.
It's like putting fins on an old ass fucking gremlin. Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make the car better. It's still an old ass gremlin with fucking Fast and Furious fins on it. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb.
It's dumb, man. This is Hollywood. I mean, literally scraping the barrel, looking for all that delicious Terminator.
Yeah, I mean, don't disrespect Linda Hamilton, but she's getting old too. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she can fucking carry a goddamn grenade launcher at this point.
CG grenade launcher. She's holding a broomstick.
she's just holding up like 3 cans of Pringles that's been taped together.
Now pretend it has weight. Stop twirling it.
Stop twirling like a fucking debutante. That's fucking no. Linda, don't do that.
Yeah, that's Terminator though.
So how do we feel about Robert Pattinson being the new Batman?
I don't care anymore.
Me neither.
It's one of those things where DC just stick to making the fucking animated shit. You do so well with it. Just stick to that.
But they're not going to.
They're not.
They're not. They're gonna. At this point, I'm like, hey, listen. It might work because I got 2 words for you. Michael Keaton.
Okay.
Once upon a time, like, he was fucking Batman. This is after Beetlejuice.
True.
And at the time, I was like, Michael Keaton is Batman? The fuck is going on? Right? And this is before the internet. This is 89.
Yeah.
There's no internet back then. The internet was a fucking street corner. You know what I'm saying? But he did a good job as Batman. And I guess, somebody's got to play this.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else in Hollywood could play this right now.
Yeah, get Jason Statham. Who cares now?
As Batman?
No one fucking cares. No. I mean, we got Bat Ninja. We got Asian Man. Yeah, you can fit anybody in that fucking cape and cowl at this point.
That's a fucking stretch. It's like,
Wiz Khalifa? Let's go.
Wiz Khalifa is Batman?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Hey, listen, at one point, fun fact, you know who auditioned for Robin for Batman Forever?
Who?
Marlon Wayans.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. And guess what?
I was like, Marlon Wayans is Robin? I guess.
At this point, it doesn't matter. They take so many liberties with these movies. It's like, I don't even look for... I just look at them as separate entities. They're not a part of the comic books and enjoy it for what it is.
Okay, so getting off of trailers, like I said, I saw another one, but if I can remember it by the time this episode is over, great. If I can't, fuck it.
Didn't Dark Crystal have a trailer?
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you.
You're right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because it's running gag time.
All right.
My ex-wife got a hold of me through Messenger, and she sent me the trailer for this.
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, she's looking forward to this because she's a big fan of Dark Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas me, it's one of those movies that when I was a kid, I thought was cool. But as a grown-ass adult, I think it's garbage. I saw that movie not that long ago, so I showed whoever I was fucking at that point. Sorry. Whoever the fuck I was banging the Dark Crystal. And neither one of us liked this movie.
Yeah.
She was like, what the fuck was that?
Didn't age well.
And it was like, yeah, it just doesn't. It does not age well. And the story is complete garbage.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of movies like that, especially like 80s movies. Like 80s kids movies, some of them are cool, or fantasy movies, sci-fi movies. Some of them are still cool, but some of them are fucking horrendous now. Like Krull. Krull's a great example. Krull was cool when I was a kid. But as a grown-ass man trying to go back and watch that movie, it's like, what the fuck was that about? Why do you have... Okay, if you have this weapon, the glaive, this fucking boomerang with knives attached to the end of it, why wouldn't you use it all the fucking time? Why would you pull your sword out? Yeah. Fuck you. I have this fucking boomerang. I'm throwing this shit the whole time. It's funny to me that a game like Dark Sector, remember that shit? Or Dark Sector?
Yep.
Why was that a better use of the glaive?
Because he uses it all the time.
The movie that the weapon is based on. You know?
I mean, fuck. Blade has a glaive. He uses it all the time.
Yeah. I got this shit. I'm using this all the time. I'm carrying this motherfucker with me the whole time. Like at the end of Crow, spoilers, he tries to use Jedi powers to get this goddamn glaive back and he can't. So now he has to find a new way to kill the beast. Fuck that. I would go and pull it out of the fucking beast and be like, no, I'm not losing this shit. You know how cool this thing is? Yeah. You know how valuable this thing is? No,
conquer kingdoms with this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I went into fucking Iron Throne with this motherfucker, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, and Dark Crystal's the same way. That being said, I saw the trailer for it, and the only thing I can say about this iteration of Dark Crystal is obviously there's a better budget in 2019 than there was in 1982 for this shit. Of course. It looks better. Will I see it? Maybe. I told I would give it a cursory glance. I'm not sitting here.
SUV doth have it.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here moist in the fucking crotch region over this shit. But I said, I'll check it out. I mean, I'm using your Netflix, to be honest. That ain't like I'm paying for this shit right now. I was like, yeah, sure.
It's a Netflix movie?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah. No, it's not a movie. Oh, yeah, it's a show. Yeah, it's like a, I guess like a quote unquote weekly series. Oh. But I was like, sure, whatever. It's like Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Labyrinth. Explorers. Like, it's like they made Explorers into a fucking
Never-ending
TV show.
Story.
Yeah, it's like,
Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Or fucking Dragon Slayer. Or Lady Hawk.
You know.
Or Willow. It's like, some things about the 80s, they're not as cool when you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like, not even the cartoons. Trying to sit down and watch Transformers now is a bit of a chore. Watching G.I. Joe is a bit of a chore.
The only thing that I recently, because you brought up Transformers, I recently came across on Reddit were people putting up Transformers, like the classic one post. Mm-hmm. And they were in, like, whatever native language that they were able to watch it when they were kids. So I heard Chinese Starscream. And it was probably the most hilarious eunuch whelps I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And, like, Dutch Soundwave was hilarious.
Okay.
So if you want a nice little chuckle, look up Transformers in different languages, and you can laugh for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. It's like fucking He-Man. He-Man I was thinking about this off and on for a while now. He-Man is basically medieval fucking Superman. Yeah. Because if you really think about the premise of He-Man, here's Prince Adam, who has a secret, and his secret is that he found his sword and he can become He-Man. And only 3 people know this secret. With his man-at-arms, the sorceress, and Orko. But really, when you think about when he transforms into He-Man, what really happens? He goes from having really kind of suspect outfits, that eunuch and leotards, for S&M gear. That's all it is. His face never changes. He's still the same size. He still has all these fucking muscles. But I'm supposed to believe that these are 2 different people?
Yes, the glasses came off. Thus, you're stupid. You should not know.
And I know we talked about this off mic. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about this on mic now. He-Man really is, I think for a lot of gay people out here, the first real foray into gay lifestyle. Because he has a secret that nobody else knows about. And the only way he can come out is through this sword.
I don't agree with you at all.
Why not? Why not? Look at his suspect ass fucking clothes when he's goddamn Prince Adam.
I mean,
he's got on a frilly fucking shirt and purple fucking leotards.
Look at
And then
all 80s fashion was weird, suspect shit though.
Okay, listen to me.
And then he puts on standard barbarian shit.
And then
so you gotta tell me Conan was suspect because he wore tiger pelts furry boots.
He doesn't have a fucking secret. He doesn't have no secret.
He has a trying to hide from everybody. He has a vicious murder boner every time he's cutting down something.
That's still different from going to like a goddamn fucking frilly top. And some fucking flash dash leggings.
Look
into what is obviously a fucking thong and a sub pup fucking top, a leather top, a leather strap.
I don't agree.
Okay.
We're gonna have to
go back and watch that fucking show again.
Yeah, have to agree to disagree with that one.
I wish. I think it's on Hulu. I think He-Man's on Hulu.
It probably is. I'll give it a gander.
Yeah. So if it's on Hulu, watch a couple episodes and tell me I'm fucking wrong. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of 40-year-old gay guys out here that it's like, oh man, He-Man, I let him mount me. God, all fucking night, and I let Battle Cat watch. I told you this show is going to be fucking dark today, so this may not be the episode for you, or this might be your favorite episode.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And subscribe.
Yeah, as long as you listen to it, I think I can speak to both of us. We can give two fucks if you liked it or not, as long as you listen to it. that should be our fucking motto. Geeks from Apartment 2. Well, as long as you listen. So that's that. Some other stuff I had time for this week. I saw pretty much all of the Dark Side of the Ring series. The only one I didn't see, well, as I said a few weeks ago, Dark Side of the Ring is on Viceland. It's the documentary series about the more scandalous side of wrestling. So they did. I saw the Bruiser Brody episode, and then this past week, because some of them dropped on YouTube. I should say they dropped before they got scrubbed from YouTube. But I saw the Gino Hernandez one. Gino Hernandez was a villain in Texas for World Class Championship Wrestling. He died under very auspicious circumstances. It was basically like the Puerto Rican Ric Flair.
Okay.
But he really believed his character. He did not break kayfabe at all. Yeah. Well, outside of like his family and shit.
Yeah.
But everybody else, he was really that person outside the ring. He loved to party, was into drugs, got caught up with some drug dealers, died under auspicious circumstances. So that was a good one. They talked about the Von Erichs, and that's a story that I knew even before I saw that one. They talked about the Montreal Screwjob, which to this day, I don't know what to believe about the Montreal Screwjob.
How so?
Because it's either A, that really happened to Brett and that sucked, or it's one of the greatest storylines in the history of wrestling. Because if you told me back in 1997, on that fateful night, that Vince, Earl Hebner, Shawn Michaels, and Bret Hart all got into a room and said, okay, this is how this is going to work. And that's what we got. And it comes out years and years later that, oh, we were fucking with you guys the whole fucking time. We all knew about this shit. I'm not going to be surprised. But if it really did happen that way, it kind of sucks. But Bret was leaving for WCW like the day after any fucking win.
Yeah.
They had to find a way to take the belt off of him. He's like, well, I'm not going to lose in my hometown. So who's to say that somebody went into a room and said, all right, here's what's going to happen. At some point, Shawn's going to put you in the sharpshooter. Vince is already out there. So Vince is going to call for the bell. So you didn't really lose, but you kind of lost. It helps everybody involved.
Yeah.
Because you've got a new new heel with Shawn. Now he's new heel champion, right? Vince McMahon benefits because now he's Mr. McMahon, the most evil motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
And Brett gets to go to WCW with a built-in storyline. Look where I just came from, and look what happened to me on my last night. I'm not going to have that happen again to me here in WCW. It benefits everybody.
It works.
Right? So if it came out years later that, well, everybody was in on this joke, then I'd be like, wow, that was one of the best storylines I've ever seen. They also did one about Fabulous Moolah. And that was the one that fascinated me the most because it just happened. Because as you know, last year they were supposed to do the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royale at WrestleMania, and then a couple days later, all these accusations came out about her that she's nothing more than a pimp that stole these ladies' money.
Yeah.
Sent them to promoters for sexual favors. Her ladies performers and all that. And so there was a documentary about that. They interviewed Moolah's only daughter. They interviewed a lot of the ladies that she trained, and some were not happy with her. Some did defend her. My question is, why now? Why didn't all this stuff come out when she was alive? It took, this whole battle royale at WrestleMania for people to be like, well, wait a minute. She did all this shit, but you didn't say any of this shit when she was alive.
That is true.
And it's not like there's no such thing as the internet back then when she was alive, or there wasn't such things as shoot interviews. So why are we getting all this information now when she can't defend herself? It's like, okay, she's not here to defend herself. They call it the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royale. What's the problem?
Yeah, I don't know what
there was
really
one
do about
retroactive. There was one woman in particular. Her name was her ring name was Princess Victoria. She used to wrestle for WWE back when, again, the ladies had their own tag team championships. This is not something that just happened in February, folks. And she said something very profound at the end about Moolah. She said, if Moolah's a pimp, that makes me a prostitute, and I'm not a prostitute. So if you were in that house and you weren't in that ring, you know what the fuck you're talking about, so shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, she's right. So I did like those. I did like that episode. I liked all the episodes of it. It's a great documentary series. If you have Viceland and you have even a cursory knowledge of wrestling or just a basic fan, check those episodes out. The only one I didn't see was the one about Macho Man and Liz. It's the only one I didn't see.
Okay.
So that's that. Continue to watch The Staircase. I'm almost done with it. It's a very fascinating documentary. For a couple of different reasons. Not just because of the goddamn story and all the twists and turns on this roller coaster of a goddamn whodunit.
Yeah.
But the fact that this film crew was there almost the entire time, from almost the day after it happened to whatever was going on with the trial, after the trial, all of it. This whole thing spans 10 years. And we're only hearing about it now. At least I am.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing started. That's what I mean. This whole thing happened in 2001. And I don't remember at all hearing this story. And there's so much footage. It's not like a lot of documentaries where it's just talking heads. This film crew was with them the entire time. It's almost like the whole documentary was planned. Like it was written out.
Well,
I know it's not, but when you watch it, it's fascinating to see that they had all this footage.
Yeah. And I'm sure most of it was mundane, sitting down, talking.
Yeah.
Regular bullshit footage.
It was everything from the investigation, the trial. This film crew was with the family the whole fucking time. You actually see them get older as time goes on with this goddamn documentary. It's infinitely fascinating to me. One of the better documentary series I've seen in quite some time. Because it's not it's kind of sort of like Making a Murderer, but not really. Or it's not like, here's a better example. It's not like Abducted in Plain Sight.
Okay.
Where it's just a lot of talking head shit and reenactments. No, this ain't that. It's the actual footage from all that time. They've been sitting on this footage for almost 20 years. And we're only getting this now. Like, wow, this is amazing. So this is a great documentary. I wish I had more things to say about it, but I don't want to spoil it for people. But I will say, if you have Netflix,
go out and watch
go out and watch The Staircase. That is a great documentary series. Speaking of other shit that I've watched, so I finally got around to watching The Curse of La Llorona. La Llorona. Right, my Sharona. So, okay. Fam. It's fucking movie.
How garbage is it?
Alright, well, give me a brief synopsis of it. It starts out in the 1800s in Mexico. You got this woman who's quote unquote the most beautiful woman in all of Mexico, or at least in that region of fucking Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the story goes, this rich rancher comes along and courts her and marries her, blah blah blah. They have some kids, and then one day she catches her husband in bed with a younger, prettier girl. Which right away, that had a problem with that, because if you are the prettiest girl in Mexico,
how do you have the younger, prettier girl?
Yeah, you've already fucking won. Anybody else you fuck after that is a downgrade, ain't it? That's like having the most expensive car in the fucking world, and then you get like the second most expensive one. It doesn't make sense to me. But okay, fine. So what does she do? She kills her 2 kids. Now she's cursed to walk the earth for the rest of her life, for the rest of her natural-born life, in the afterlife, finding kids to replace the one she killed. Okay, I'll buy that for at least 50 cents. Fast forward to 1978, where this movie takes place.
Okay.
You got Linda Cardellini. You know who she is? Linda Cardellini?
No.
She was Daphne in the live-action version of Scooby-Doo. You ever seen that?
Wow, ages ago?
Yeah, she's her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Now, she is a recent widow. She was married to a cop that got killed. She's a social worker. And the premise is that she's trying to help this family, to try to keep these kids safe, and inadvertently puts the curse of La Llorona on her and her 2 kids. Right? And that's pretty much, I don't buy that. It's like, well, it's not like you was a nosy ass neighbor. And it's like, what's going on with these kids over here? Yeah, she's a social worker. She's trying to help these kids out. So and then inadvertently, she brings chaos to her goddamn house. Right? Yes. That being said, this is every fucking ghost story you've watched in the last 20 fucking years.
Oh, God. Okay, how many dark hallways?
Plenty.
Okay, how many?
Jump scares. You can see this shit coming a mile of fucking way. Mm-hmm. The only thing that is interesting about this movie is that walking into it, I did not know that this was connected to the Conjuring universe.
Oh my goodness, really?
Which, even that kind of bothered me a bit, because I didn't see any of the Annabelle movies. I didn't even see Conjuring 2. Mm-hmm. That movie somehow slipped past me. I did want to see it, but I just never got around to seeing it. But I have seen this and The Nun.
Yes.
And both those movies sucked. It's almost like those movies were just movies that have nothing to... These movies have nothing to do with The Conjuring. Yeah. It's almost like we just made these 2 cheap-ass fucking horror flicks.
And we're going to slap
we're gonna slap on a scene or 2 that says, oh, see, that this is how it's connected to The Conjuring.
Now, you know what really killed me about these, splits for the Controverse, right? Is that at the end of The Conjuring, they lock the doll up, right?
Right.
And then they pan out to like their whole warehouse of curios that they've collected from their adventures. Why do they not just fucking make that the thing? Like, there was a show called, I think it's called Warehouse 13, right? Where each episode, it's just like your typical X-Files type shit. We have a thing that's causing shit disturbances. Like, it's a fucking ring that causes earthquakes or whatever the fuck ever, right?
Yeah.
We gotta get this MacGuffin. We gotta store it. We gotta get it out the hands of the public and store it in Warehouse 13. That's all the movies have to fucking do. What's the MacGuffin? La Llorona, she had a fucking necklace. And, we have to get this MacGuffin necklace.
Funny you should say that.
Oh my fucking Christ.
Because there is a necklace in this fucking movie.
Is it the necklace of chastity that she wore when the curse was set?
Kinda.
Oh, okay then. God,
you didn't even have to see this movie to know it all. Fuck. But that's my point.
Well, see, the thing is this though. Even though I came up with it off the top of my fucking dome, there are ways you can do that concept where it's good, like fucking Oculus. I will always go back to that movie as a good MacGuffin. It's a fucking mirror. How do you fight a mirror? The mirror does goofy shit. You can't. It's a thing that does intangible things, and you have to deal with it. All you have to do is go that route. See, if you said Oculus was a part of the Controverse, I'd be like, that's fucking dope. That works.
Okay, but my point is, there's a couple of different points. First of all, I didn't ever seen Warehouse 13, but I'll go even older and a much deeper cut.
Mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th, the series.
All right,
because that's what that was.
Yeah.
Every week they would go and find a different object that was haunted or cursed or something. The same thing.
Yes.
Yes, sounds like the same thing. And number two, this is not the way that you connect everything. Look at shared universes.
Yes.
Marvel does it the best right now.
Indeed they do.
But you can go to like Star Wars, even Star Trek. Even the Stephen King novels sometimes connects in different ways. So they all happen in fucking Maine.
Like Castle Rock.
Yeah, we should neither one of us
really need to watch it.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's the way you do it. With The Conjuring, they took this great story, the first one, and tried to expand on it, and it just does not work the whole way through.
No.
It just doesn't. Like I said, I've never seen none of the Annabelle movies. There's the only ones I really haven't seen. And even in this one, it's like the character that this movie connects it to was so was so off in the distance. You would have known it unless you saw those movies. Because again, I watched this not knowing that it was part of this, but like, oh, this guy over here was in this movie over here, and that's how it connects. I'm like, what? This makes no fucking sense. This movie is just a dumbass fucking ghost story. Yeah. It just is. And that's the other thing that I felt about this movie is like, we can't seem to move on from this.
What?
These dumbass ghost stories. We've seen the exact same ghost story over and over and over and over and over and over again for the last 20 years. Now, there has been some exceptions in the last 20 years. We go back. Like Sixth Sense.
True.
The first Ring. Okay. I'll give you that. The Grudge. I was alright. Drag Me to Hell. But for the most part, we've gotten the exact same fucking movie. Again and again and again. But I will, I did like The Conjuring. Yeah. The first one.
Yeah.
Because it was a great example of less is more.
Yeah.
It didn't go out of their way to show you the ghost. You had to imagine that shit. It reminded me of the original Haunting. Not the one in 99, which a lot of people don't like, but I thought it was just okay. I didn't think it was bad. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was bad either. But if you go back and watch the original Haunting, it's the same thing. It's all the things you don't see. You have to imagine that shit. Now, doesn't mean every ghost story has to be that way, because one of my favorite horror movies is Poltergeist, and it goes out of their way to show you all the crazy shit that happens in this fucking house. And sometimes that's cool. If you do it the right way. Curse of La Llorona? Not really. Not in a great way. Not in a way that it's going to change the wheel for you.
Okay, so I think the thing about ghost stories is the fact that what is supposed to be scary is the fact that things are happening that you can't see or explain, right?
Right. Now,
when you say, okay, the curse is this, okay, one of the problems with ghost stories where you can like see the ghost and the ghost does shit is that ghost stories tend to fuck with the rules of horror movies. And you know how every horror story has a set of rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jason doesn't fuck with water, so use the water or be near water and chase. They don't go out of their way to fuck with that rule. As long as you have a ghost that can do whatever you want to, fit the script, then what the hell, how do you deal with this entity? And that's what it sounds like this movie does. Ghost is there, you're cursed, you're fucked.
Right.
Now, are there any rules to unfuck yourself? No. Ghost is there, you're cursed, you're fucked. So, now we know that the end will be what it is, no matter how happy they try to make it seem. There's going to be that last second before credits, jump scare because you're still fucked.
Well, not in this one, but it almost kind of felt that way.
Yeah.
At least they don't go the dumb route where it's like, oh, well, we're fucking cursed. We should just move away from this house. Because it was like, nah, bitch.
Yeah.
If you try to leave, it will find you.
Yeah.
Even so, like, it follows. That's what I know you didn't like as much as I did. Even that was a clever way to do a ghost story.
Yes.
So you can do it, but in a way that is clever.
Yeah.
But this ain't it. This is not it.
It's too by the books, too rudimentary.
It's very paid by the numbers type of ghost story.
So
it is a fucking bootleg movie.
As this has now turned into the spooky cast.
Okay.
How would you frame a ghost story? Like, what would be your framing for it?
Do it with black people. Because black people are just smarter. You know, they would have figured this shit out in 20 fucking minutes.
No, I say
I don't know how to do a proper ghost story.
I'll give you
where it makes sense.
I'll give you my example, right? Of a ghost story, right? So you have I first of all, I prefer ghost stories where they try to, I don't want to say help, but if it's like a tragedy, like, let me help you figure out who like murdered me or something like that.
But see, we've gotten that already. That's
I know that. I know.
It's called The Lovely Bones.
Yeah, of course. I mean, how are you gonna reinvent the wheel? You
can't.
Don't.
You really can't.
So you take a concept that either we haven't seen in a while, or you take a spin on the concept, and yeah, you have The Lovely Bones, but it's really like, no.
It's the same problem with zombie movies now.
Yeah.
Because how can you make a zombie movie where you haven't seen where you haven't seen it before? Because if you're really being honest,
yeah,
even the classics,
yeah,
all the Romero shit, for example, even something like Zombieland or Shaun of the Dead, it's never about the zombies.
No, it's about people.
Yeah, it's about the people. Every once in a while, you'll get something from the point of view of a zombie, like Warm Bodies or iZombie.
Now, the thing about Warm Bodies and iZombie is, yet again, it's not so much about the zombies, it's about people interacting with the zombies and doing shit. Now...
No, like iZombie is like, okay, I'm a fucking zombie. Now what the fuck do I do? See, I'm a zombie, but I still have human traits to myself.
Okay, then Romero already did that with Land of the Dead, where the zombies were...
Yeah, kind of, sort of. But again, that's my point. Is with stuff like that, it's very hard to reinvent the wheel.
I say Zombieland, cut you off real quick. I say Zombieland did it the best only because Zombieland did the thing that I wish a lot more movies did. And we talked about this during Brightburn, where, okay, you're in an existence that has never heard of zombies before. This is such a foreign and new concept, but no, Zombieland was like, nah, yo, we have zombie fiction. This existed. So it's like in Brightburn, superhero comics don't exist. Nothing existed in that.
No.
So when shit started happening, people just threw up their hands and said, "What do?"
We'll get into more about Brightburn in a second.
Okay.
But to get back to my point,
yes.
You cut me off, asshole.
I already said, excuse me, I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, okay. So doesn't mean that I won't call you an asshole for cutting me off. But anyways, I think it goes to a much more deeper topic for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that America can't do good horror, but it's the rare day these days that it do good horror. And you look at other parts of the fucking world, Italy, Asia, France, definitely. They're doing way better horror than we are.
Because Raw was dope. Raw was French, right?
Raw was French.
Yeah, Raw was dope as fuck.
Yeah, especially you look at the French New Wave of horror. They took things that we did and put a fresh spin on this shit. And I don't know if it's just because it's other parts of the world, so they don't really care about violence as much as we do.
That I think.
And you know, because you look at some of those, especially the French movies, those things are fucking brutal. A lot of those movies that came out in the last, say, 10 years have been brutal as fuck.
Let me. You know what?
Martyrs.
I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. Their look at violence is parallel to our look at violence. We look at violence as visceral, gory, very, very shocking, and very kind of like a firework, right?
Yeah.
It's boom, there, it hits you, you feel it, it's done. It's all about the jump, all about the shock. Now, you look at horror from just about any other culture, they hit on taboos, stuff that you feel bad talking about, you feel bad looking at, like what you call it, like cannibalism. Let's take cannibalism and we'll look at Raw and we'll look at Green Inferno. Right? Raw looked at it at a humanistic point where I am a cannibal. This is kind of like what I've been talking about before. I'm a cannibal. What do I do? How do I deal with this shit? This is impacting my life. And it's very like visceral because you sympathize with this character because they're relatable, they're a college student, whatever, what have you. And now they're dealing with some fucked up shit that you could never imagine yourself doing. Green Inferno, let's show a bunch of people stabbing each other and eating flesh. It's the difference between painting a picture and just taking a comic strip and shoving it in your face and saying that this is what it is.
Well, yeah, but the problem with Green Inferno is that you and I sat here and watched Cannibal Holocaust, and it's like, there's no way you're going to beat this. You can come close, and I like to have thought that it was going to come close to it.
Yeah, but
it just at the end of the day, it was
lazy.
Yeah, it was a real lazy, just slap together flick.
But it's exactly what I'm saying. Like
you're not going to shock. Yeah, like you weren't going to shock us with this.
Okay, like a Serbian film.
Yeah,
look. It's a fucked up movie. It's a movie that after I saw it, I had dreams, very bad dreams.
Yeah, that movie really affected you.
Long fucking time.
Not even your dreams, in your fucking waking life as well.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Oh,
it did.
By the way,
it fucking did. I'm sure. But no, that movie affected you in your waking life as well. Let's not kid ourselves. If we did this fucking podcast 10 years ago, half of this shit would have been about rape jokes.
Yeah, it would have been.
You know,
but at the same time,
today not so much.
Even rape, right? As far as that goes as a concept, it's not used as a horror thing except for like I Spit on Your Grave.
Right? Or Irreversible.
Or I was gonna get to that, but the thing about it is that it's a very touchy subject in the U.S. It's a touchy subject everywhere, but it's sexual crimes are very, very visceral here. So it's one of those things where it's like, if you're going to use that as a point in your horror, it becomes, oh, you're using this for shock, it's distasteful, your movie is bad. There are people who've used it, Irreversible, as a focal point, and it was amazing. It's very hard, it's a very rough scene to look at, but it's also a very important scene for the movie to process and go on. It's like, it's the different uses of these things that we deem scary and horrible. Oh, Dankeschön.
Yeah. Might as well give you the last one. Second last one.
But it's also one of those things where it's like, it's easy to just show violent scenes on the screen and say, oh, wow, you're scared now.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to steal a phrase from you.
Yes.
Slight digression.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's, I already said it was running gag time and he fucking wins. There were certain movies that when I was married that I would never show my ex-wife.
Yes.
So let's get out of the way because I know she's going to listen to this episode.
Yes.
So when you listen to this ex-wife, go ahead and watch Itchy the Killer now, because it's more.
It's cartoonish by standards
it's
now.
super violent, but it's super cartoonish. Stay away from Cannibal Holocaust. Stay the fuck away from a Serbian film.
Yeah, stay away.
Do not watch that. Don't you ever watch that movie. It will fuck with you.
It will.
Irreversible might fuck with you a little bit.
That might, but to this day, I can't recommend a Serbian film to anybody.
I Spit on Your Grave, the remake. No, because she saw Last House on the Left.
Oh, okay.
The remake, which we both liked.
Yeah.
So go ahead and watch that, and watch Revenge. I know you haven't seen that. You need to see that. That movie's fantastic. If it came out last year, I had to make an amendment because it didn't come out last year, so it didn't make my favorite. I could put it on my favorite list. But if that movie came out last year, that definitely made it.
Right on there.
Yeah. But go ahead and watch Itchy the Killer, because that was one of the movies that I couldn't show her.
Yeah.
When it first came out, I was like, nah, this movie's going to bother her. But today, I'm like, nah, go ahead and watch that.
It's like, oh.
You can watch Go Zoo. I didn't get it. But go ahead and watch that, I guess. If you've come across it, like, go ahead. But Itchy the Killer, for years I could not show her that.
Yeah, because
I thought it was too much until a Serbian film came along, and after I saw that and Irreversible and Cannibal Holocaust and Salo
and Martyrs.
I mean, she saw
Martyrs.
Yeah, she saw Martyrs and Insight and Ilsa She-Wolf for the SS.
Yeah.
So, but certainly Cannibal Holocaust and Serbian film. No.
Especially since Cannibal Holocaust has straight up animal cruelty in that.
Yeah, she's a big fan of animals, so do not watch that movie. Do not see that movie. But that's that.
Yes.
That's all I got to say about it. Getting back to, like I said, Curse of La Llorona is definitely a bootleg movie.
Yeah.
You're gonna get all you're gonna get out of that movie for 90 minutes. And outside of that, a bit of wrestling. Started an NXT show. It was a fun show. I'm not gonna get into much into it, but it was a fun show.
Right.
Super Showdown is Friday. The latest Saudi Arabia show.
Yeah.
I guess people are
Undertaker
and Goldberg for the first time, which would have been cool 10 years ago, but now in 2019, as old as these motherfuckers are, I'm like, I don't care.
It's gonna be on.
Do not care.
It's gonna be on a shuffleboard cart.
They're gonna play a cribbage. That's the match, the cribbage match. Nobody. At this point, I do not care.
Yeah,
I do not care. I may watch it, but I'm not protesting because this is Saudi Arabia and all that shit that happened. They're just glorified house shows in the first place. Yeah. Who gives a shit? I don't care. Like Goldberg and Undertaker in 2019 is not enough for me to drop everything else I'm doing just watching the shit. It's just is what it is. So that's all I got for this week, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so because we were talking about horror, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I stumbled upon on my Reddit travelings is
Christ, you're on Reddit like perverts are on Pornhub these days.
Reddit, it's a good site. They have a Reddit for people like me who don't like keep up with like all the fucking who's who and what's happening in these streets and shit.
It's called Twitter. Get on it.
Nah, like Twitter is expansive. Reddit for...
Get the fuck on it anyways.
It's called Out of the Loop. I just go there and then bam, I know all the shit that's going down. There you go. I don't need to be out of the loop anymore. But I stumbled upon this Reddit called I'm Sorry John, right? So I'm Sorry John is Garfield comics, right? And it's Garfield reimagined in a cosmic horror type way, right? Where it started off as like a comic that happened maybe like 2 years ago, where a guy just had this comic strip of John Arbuckle, the owner of Garfield, coming into his house, right? His house is tiger striped, and the walls are like made of flesh, and his lamp is made of flesh, and he goes to like his living room, and you see Garfield, his face is the wall, and it says, "I'm sorry, John, I was famished."
This is what happens when you give this nigga over here way too much fucking time, and he finds crazy shit like this.
It's like, yo. And so basically what happened was this guy made this comic. People went fucking apeshit for it. And so like horror artists and like just horror, everybody that has a medium in horror has done something for this subreddit. Be it tattoos, be it ink, be it video game 8-bit levels and shit like that. Someone did, Gradius. Someone did Gradius as I'm sorry, John, and the boss is like cosmic horror Garfield. And I was like, some of the shit is just fucking fantastic. So if you are interested in like eldritch horror or like, and it's always a concept of John is scared and Garfield is this grotesque monster. I'll show you some like after the show because now you'll have to put pictures of this up on the fucking on the scroll.
Obviously, I got a fucking.
Don't worry.
The goddamn between Black Gingers and Cosmic Boss Garfield.
But it's also
that might be the I
Dark Gingers and Cosmic Boss Garfield.
That might be the fucking title. Goddamn show.
But it's one of those things where it's like it you don't know it's something that you enjoy looking at until like you see it, and then you're just like, wow, okay. Like the thing I find cool about the subreddit is that I'm not sure if you've ever heard about Inktober.
No.
Okay, Inktober is just...
I'm not into that out there shit like you are.
Inktober is just an artist thing where for the whole month of October, every day, you do a pencil and ink sketch. Now...
I would have thought Inktober is like...
tattoos and shit, right?
Yes.
No.
Which I am going back in a couple of weeks to get some more ink.
You should get a Garfield one.
That's not going to happen.
I might.
I'm not that big of a Garfield.
What you call it? So Inktober is pretty much like art thing where... hey, every day for October, you do a sketch and you ink it and you just do your piece and you keep going. And it's supposed to be like a tool to get people to, draw more and work.
Tool.
Now, yes. Tool.
Tool.
But what's happened with I'm Sorry, John, is that a lot of people who have like no artistic talent or leaps and bounds above the norms of artistic talent have done something for the subreddit. People have done animations. People have done sculptures. People have done just doodles in the snow. Someone did like a truck of I'm Sorry, John, and they're a car designer. So it's one of those things where it's very simple in concept. You have Garfield, you have horror. Make Garfield look really fucked up. Make John scared. You've done it. And I just like the fact that it brings people together to do something, and it takes the guesswork out of what you're doing. So, like I said, I like things that bring different communities together, and it's even brought like writers together because there was an offshoot called John Lore, where they're all now people who make short stories detailing, hey, John Arbuckle needs to fight this horror, or what drove Garfield to do this. And it's not all like Garfield is some, crazy monster. Some of it is, hey, John, I'm hungry, so I ate Odie.
I'm looking at images of what I assume is I'm Sorry, John.
Yep. And it's all just weird horror shit.
I don't know if this is one of them, but I might put this one up.
Let me see it. Dead air. Yeah, that looks like a I'm Sorry, John. People done reimagining as like him as Thanos and stuff like that.
I'll put that one up there.
So yeah,
that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it like I said, it gives people you already have the topic, you already have the thing you need to draw. Just do it your way.
Yeah.
So here's another one.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be.
It's Garfield.
Right, well, are you done with this?
Yeah, I'm done.
You good? So there's very briefly some more things out of the realm of animation.
Oh, okay.
John Witherspoon was on the Joe Rogan podcast not that long ago. If you don't know who John Witherspoon is, he played the dad in Friday. He was also the voice of Granddad in the Boondocks. Now, he claims there's a season 5 coming of the Boondocks. And I'm like, hey, I'll believe when I see it.
Yep. Trailer?
No, there's no trailer. No, all we have is his word.
Screw that.
Is that season 5 of Boondocks is coming. All I can say is, and I agree with a lot of people, hopefully it's not like the last season of Boondocks, because I did not like this season of it.
Yeah, because it didn't really do the Boondocks thing. It took a bunch of side stories and kind of just did that.
I would love to see, and we talked about this with DK. Matter of fact, the first time DK was on this show, we talked about the Boondocks, because at that point there, Aaron McGruder, who was the voice of Uncle Ruckus, was on The Breakfast Club as Uncle Ruckus.
Yes.
And it was enough for me to be like, man, we're getting season 5? I would love to see a new season of the Boondocks, especially now with the whole R. Kelly deal, with Cosby, with Trump. With everything else that's going on in black culture, I would love to see Huey and Riley's take on it. Nigga, I was in I don't know why I didn't get this when I was at the Goodwill on Saturday. I went to the local Goodwill, and they had another volume of the Boondocks.
Really?
Yeah, the book form.
Yes.
And I didn't get it. And I'm like, I don't know why I didn't get this fucking thing, but it's only $2. Maybe I'll take a cursory glance tomorrow. I'm gonna go back there tomorrow and see if it's there. That's number 1. Number 2, they're doing, I think it's either the 9th or 10th season of Archer.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about it off mic. And on mic, for the last few years, it's been themes, because they're no longer spies anymore. They've been everything from fucking drug dealers to private eyes. This time they're in space. And I don't know how I feel about this. I did not like Dreamland, the last season.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the worst seasons. I think it really jumped the shark. And so now at this point I'm like, oh, will I see it? If it's on Hulu. Because they don't really put Archer on Hulu for some reason.
Yeah.
It's not like it's such a super popular show that you can afford to not put it on fucking Hulu. Because it's not a show that a lot of people talk about anymore.
No.
It's not as popular as it once was. So if it's on Hulu, I'll probably watch a couple episodes of it. If not, I'm not gonna go out of my way to try to fucking pirate this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point. So unless you have anything else to talk about,
that's it, homie.
And that's it for me. So let's talk about some box office numbers coming from JoeBlow.com. 10 highest grossing movies of this past weekend. So, the number 1 movie of the weekend, or this past weekend, I should say. Take a guess.
John Wick.
Nope.
No.
It's everybody's favorite mutant monster. Godzilla.
Oh.
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters.
Made $49 million.
Excellent. Yeah. You've heard some of the reviews about it, right?
Nothing but good reviews. Like, this is the Godzilla movie that everybody should have gotten in the first place.
And there have been some people who have bad reviews saying, guess what? Too much monster fighting. Yeah.
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing. Yeah, well, some people feel that way.
That's like a good wrestling pay-per-view. It's like there was too much good wrestling.
There were too many body slams.
There are too many great high spots in this fucking pay-per-view. This movie sounds like an NXT show. It was like, oh, I didn't like that show. It was too good. It was too good. It was so good that I didn't like it. That doesn't make any sense. All I've heard about this movie is this is an excellent and fun summer movie. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it. I like to think, as I always say, that by next week I would have seen this movie and have a review of it. And I am looking, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I will have a review of that. But yeah, it made $49 million. I don't know how much it made worldwide. I'm sure it made quite some money in Japan.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, the posters for Godzilla Chinese ones are fantastic. If you ever get a chance to take a look at those, they are dope. I would want those.
All right. The number 2 movie of this past weekend was Aladdin. I think no, it didn't bump up. It went down. What am I talking about? Because it was the number 1 movie last week. It made $42.3 million, $185 million just domestically. So, even though I don't have no horse in this race, I thought it was just okay. I guess a lot of people like that movie. Number 3 was the Elton John biopic, Rocket Man.
I forgot that even came out.
I still say, see, once we get to Oscar time, that movie, without even seeing it, will be nominated for Best Picture. I'm calling it now.
Rocket Man, really?
I am calling it here in June.
I'm sure we're gonna get the Oscar movie that comes out during that season.
It's called Rocket Man, which is also getting good reviews. You're like the Elton John story, so I will see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see it. Mm-hmm. It made $25 million domestically. Number 4 was Ma.
I forgot that came out as well.
I didn't. That's another movie that I like to think.
Need to see.
That I like to think that by this time next week I saw it. And I am looking forward to seeing that. That made $18.2 million. Number 5 was John Wick Chapter 3. Which you need to see. You really need to see. If you had a way to see pirate DVDs, I'd have been gave you I'd have been gave you a copy of it. Like you need to see this movie. But it made $11.1 million, $125.7 million all together domestically. Number 6, Avengers Endgame.
Still up there. Still cranking up the dollar.
Yeah, man. Still, Disney is going to squeeze all this money out of this movie, right? $7.8 million, $815.5 million just here in the States. Lord have mercy.
To be a person in that cast, to be the person.
I think about all the time. Edward Norton, he's got to be kicking himself.
Oh yeah,
because he was the first Hulk in the MCU, and then for whatever reason, like I'm not coming back to do any more of these movies. He's got to be kicking himself right in the dick for not doing any more of these fucking movies. Like Mark Ruffalo is taking all your fucking money. That can't be sitting right with him. Anyways.
Yes.
Number 7 was Pokemon Detective Pikachu, which I will not see. Every time I'm at the guy with the SUV and I see that movie, I'm still like, nah, I'm not going to watch it. Because I don't care about Pokemon, not one bit. I can't even tell you 5 of them outside of Pikachu and Squirtle. I don't know any of the other ones. I never played any of those games. I thought Pokemon Go was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Hey, it got people outside and walking.
It was even dumber than fidget spinners, which I had one, and I thought it was cool.
Here's a good one.
Okay.
Let me see your light.
Yeah. I do not care about this movie, not one bit, but it made $6.6 million. It has crossed over the $100 million mark, $130.6 million. Number 8 was Booksmart.
Booksmart? What the hell is that?
We talked about this last week. Some coming of age movie.
Oh, okay.
Right. $3.3 million, $14.3 million altogether. Number 9 was Brightburn. Made $2.3 million, $14.2 million at the box office. Now,
yes,
you can sit here and say this movie failed at the box office, right? Until you realize how much it cost to make this movie.
How much did it cost to make?
$6 million.
And
so it made money. So it made more than it cost to make it.
Yes.
You know, which is like $6 million. If this is Marvel, I don't even know what would $6 million be for a Marvel movie. Is that how much you pay like a bit part in a Marvel flick?
That's how much you pay
That's how much you pay for the trailers, I think.
Yeah. That's how much you pay for like the Marvel Cinematic Experience at like Disney.
Yeah, I didn't think it cost that little to make. It certainly didn't seem that way. I thought it was like at least like maybe 20 million, but it was only made for 6 million. So even though it's not as successful as I'm sure they would want it to be, it still made money. So that was very interesting. And number 10 was The Hustle.
Yes, The Hustle.
Yeah, and that made 1.3 million and $33.1 million altogether. So coming up this weekend, let me go back up. First of all, the latest, the next from Marvel, but not the MCU, the other side of Marvel, Dark Phoenix,
yes.
comes out this weekend. Well, I see it. Because I didn't see fucking.
We're gonna see it,
but I didn't see Apocalypse.
You didn't?
No, I never saw Apocalypse.
Yeah,
one of the few Marvel movies on either side that I have not seen. It was that and the last Fantastic Four movie. And
with the black one? With the black
with Michael
B. Jordan
as Johnny Storm. I didn't see that one. And the last Spider-Man movie. Amazing Spider-Man. The one with Jamie Foxx as Electro. I didn't see that one.
That was
because I thought the first Amazing Spider-Man sucked.
That one sucked too.
Yeah, I did not need another goddamn origin story about Spider-Man. I know it. I get it. There's no reason to do this again. So I was like, well, the first time it didn't work. I didn't think part 2 is going to work. So that's coming out. And as far as for your kids, The Secret Life of Pets Part 2.
I like The Secret Life of Pets.
I didn't see it.
It's a fun movie.
I'm sure it is. Unless after I see it, panties are going to drop, I will watch a lot of cartoons outside of stuff like Spider-Man.
Yes,
that was cool.
Spider-Verse was so good.
Yeah, Spider-Verse was really fucking good. But outside of that, unless it's Shrek or Minions, I don't give a fuck. If you come out with another Minions movie tomorrow, I'll be like, sure, I'll watch that. Or like Incredibles. But outside of that, oh, this year was Secret Life of Pets. Am I gonna get my dick sucked afterwards? It's the only reason why I'm sitting here watching this fucking movie. Yeah. So that's all I got. I'm sure that's all Steve's got. So we're gonna get the fuck out of here because you hit 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You're doing good, man. I swear to God, man. We're fucking with no prep. Because hardly these shows these days take no fucking prep to do, and yet we're still around the 90-minute mark. So we're doing good.
I'm sorry, it was on my cosmic card Garfield.
Yeah, you goddamn I'm sorry, John. Bullshit.
It's so good. I can't stop looking at them. They're great.
Maybe next week we'll get into what's going on with dreams. So we ain't got that kind of time right now.
Nah. And the answer is nothing at the moment. So
okay, great. So thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. I've been Alan 1. He's been Brother C. We've been the Geeks From Apartment 2. And as always, we'll keep the door open for you. See you next week.
Deuces.
Laters.
I can smell your fear.
You can't smell shit. Shut the hell up, Steve.